Hey guys, Ford360 here, and look what I brought home today. It's a Honda Elite S moped, 2-stroke, and I got it for $100. It has been sitting up for a little while, motor's not stuck, except this is oil injected, so there's an oil pump in here and it's gone bad. So what the man I bought it from said is that there is, since it seals in your oil pump, and when they go bad, it just pours oil into there instead of when it's supposed to mix with the gas, and it was hydrolocked when you tried to start it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off all this side stuff, and we're going to get down to the oil pump, or at least see where the oil lines go to find our oil pump. And then we're going to just bypass that entirely. It won't hurt to bypass it because it's already bad anyways. And we're going to drain out the gas that's in there, pour new gas in, except we're going to take a gallon jug, we're going to mix it to 30-1 is what the owner said. So that's what we're going to mix it to. And honestly, even if this doesn't work out, it's still a really good bike. It's got a new tire up in the rear. The front one, you can't tell, it's dark, but this one, the front one has dry rot, so it's cracking. But it's got plenty of space. It's got a helmet with it too. Pretty decent helmet, I'd say. Plenty of space. I'm really liking this bike. I haven't even ridden it yet. So there's our oil tank. That has oil in it, so we're gonna have to drain that out, and then we'll drain out our gas tank, which also has some liquid in it. I can't tell if you can see that, but I can see it. I got a front compartment up here as well. Just a lot of nice stuff. 3 keys to open up everything. Yeah. Lose one though, you're kind of screwed, I guess. You get a key made for it too, but that's a extra hassle. I do have some 2-stroke oil that was given to me to run with this. So let's tear into it, see what we need, and get right to it. Alright, so first thing I want to try doing is take this off, and that, because this appears to be all one piece. Yeah, that looks like one piece. We'll tug on this stuff. Appears to be some little push tab on here, and not on this side. Okay. And we're just gonna get this whole deal off so we have full access to service it. There is a spare spark plug, so I'm gonna take out the one that's in there, see what it looks like. This one is a little bit oily. That's probably from when he tried to start it and it hydro-locked, I would guess at least. So we're gonna tear into this, and if I see anything interesting or noteworthy, I'll let you know. Alright, so nothing too surprising came up. We got all of our covers off. There's just 2 bolts holding the carrier on the seat cover, and we have full access to our engine now. You can see our spark plug now. We can still see it before, but we have a little bit more room to operate with. And here's our carburetor right here. So we got to, I just can't see. That's a cover for that. We have to find our oil line. I reckon, here's our oil pump. Okay, so we gotta just plug that off. Premix, and it should fire right up, I guess. I'm gonna pop out our plug though and spin it over a couple times. It spins over. Still has good compression, although it does have 5,000 miles, which, you know, isn't too bad, but that is a lot for a moped like this. You know, a small engine, that's a long ways to go. So I'm just banking on it being good because Honda. So looks like it's clearing up a little bit outside. We might be able to get this thrown together in time, take it out for a quick spin. I say quick as in like 15 miles an hour because it's still wet and I don't want to biff it on the ground. Not yet, at least. I don't want to drop this. So, we'll pop out our spark plug and take a look at that, see what it looks like compared to our new one, if it's even the right one, and check for spark. We'll turn on our ignition and kick it over. I'll try the electric start too, see if that works. The battery's brand new, so yeah, fingers crossed, and that's about all I can do. Alright, so we got our plug out. There's the old one. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad, just a little bit of blackening. Let's see if that will be the same one. And I already did kick out a little bit of oil from the cylinder. Sounds like there's compression in it. I can see a bunch of oil kicking out of there. Wow. See it? Yeah, you can see it. So we'll keep doing that, kicking it out. And let's see. Keys. Where'd my keys go? Over here. Let's see. This one is for ignition. If I can. Okay. Okay. Indicators work, that's good. Let's see. Start. Do you have to have a brake on? Well, let's see. We can plug this in here. Here, let me get you set up on a tripod, actually. This will be a lot easier for me then. Okay, hang on. Alright, so key on. Key is on. Okay. Let's see. Ouch. Yeah. There's spark. Let's see if I can't let you guys see it. I don't know how much of that you're seeing, but that is spark. And that's with our new plug too, so that'll work compared to our old one. I'd just say run the new one. So, good. It doesn't seem to want to turn over with the battery, with the starter, excuse me. So, I'll mess around with that. Maybe it just doesn't have enough juice to fire it up, I guess. But, yeah. I don't know what else I'm missing. I might have to look through the owner's manual to see what I am missing, if anything. So, yeah, that'd be nice to have the electric start working, but I can always kickstart it too. So, let's keep going at it. Alright, so we have all of our oil drained out of here. Now, the pump can't pump anything, so at least that's how I would think it would work. So, with nothing in there, we'll just have to premix. So I'm just going to look up how much gas this takes and then calculate on it with a 30-to-1 ratio of two-stroke. I'll just use this stuff that came out of it. From here, I'll mix it in with here once I have it all filled up. Then I'll clean up this and push it out. The starter just makes a clicking sound. The relay right here just makes a clicking sound. So I'm not sure if that's because the battery's a little bit dead or something. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to get stuff cleaned up, figure out ratios to get to that 30-to-1 mixture, and bring it outside and see if it'll light off. It's going to smoke like a freight train for a while because there's a bunch of oil in that cylinder. So I did get a ton of it out, but there's still a bunch left in there. At least it'll be well lubricated, you know. So I will get this all cleaned up, figure out a ratio for gas, and see you in a little bit. Alright, so I got oil mixed in with the gas. It's a 1.2 gallon tank, and I mix it into about a little more than a 30-to-1 mix. So it's gonna smoke, but it's not gonna lock up at least. So we're gonna clean this up as we move it back very carefully and outside so we don't gas ourselves out like Germany in 1941 to 1945. Alright, let's do this. Alright, so we have gas, oil mix, spark, compression. It's a little sketchy, but we can live with that. I've dealt with worse. Let's see. Probably need a little bit of carb spray as well. Why doesn't this starter work? Alright, I'm gonna have to regroup. I'm gonna have to grab a different pair of shoes so I don't slip and some carb cleaner to get her started. Alright, so we got some carb cleaner in there and different shoes on. Helps start it. Man, that thing's got some compression. Oh my goodness. It's on run. Let's see. Can't hit. Wonder why it won't turn over anymore. I think we're gonna have to pop that plug out again and see what we got going on. Alright, so I figured out what was going on. It wasn't getting spark because it was full, still so full of oil that it was keeping the arc from jumping on the spark plug. So I turned it over a bit with the plug out, then sprayed a bunch of carb cleaner in there. Let's hope this works, or else I'm gonna look a little silly. Here's the compression. Sounded like it wanted to go. Jeez. I gotta put these bad babies in sport mode. Imagine if it starts working after I put it in sport mode. That'd be funny. I don't think we're having spark. You know, once it starts falling onto the ground, it's got plenty of fuel in it. Where'd that stick go? Oh yeah, that intake is just full of oil. Okay. Round 2. That went. It's gone. Just needed some fuel. There's just no starter. Okay. It seemed to like that. Well, I wanted to go there for a little bit. Is it going?
You're on.
Alright, so we figured out what the problem was for why it would kind of run for a little bit off the carb cleaner and then wouldn't stay running. We took the drain needle out of the bottom of the carburetor, and there was no fuel flowing out. There was just oil, which was probably from when the oil pump failed and started sending oil into the carburetor. So we're going to see now if it'll pick up fuel, because there's fuel flow to the carburetor. We just don't know if it's going to run off of it. And that is just going to come off anyways. Okay. Nothing. Am I allowed to spark again? I don't know. Let's check what we got for spark. Oh yeah, we don't have spark because we're still getting oil on in between there. Let's see, what do we got? Gotta get a rag to dry that off. Now this is gonna probably be the problem we're gonna have for a little bit, because it's just gonna keep getting sucked into the combustion chamber. What we just need is it to run good for a little bit, so it doesn't stall out and then foul up the plug. Once that happens, it'll keep running, clear everything that's in it out, and run off of what's in the tank. Let's see, there's our threads. Okay. Pop that back on. Nothing. Is it going? Alright, so we had it going a little bit, but we're going to try to get it going again for you guys. Needed to just clear its throat out a little bit. Okay, we're gonna really gas ourselves out, so we're gonna go outside and run it for a while. Alright guys, so it's the next day, and you might be wondering, why did you guys stop working on it? Why did you wait till next day? Well, quite frankly, there was a lot of stuff you did not want to just watch because it's really boring, and a lot of us just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So I took these fuel lines off. I go to the carburetor, to the tank, thinking, oh, we're gonna take this whole carburetor apart and figure out why we can't keep the moped going, because it would not stay running. And then I wasn't getting any fuel flow out of there, so we took that off, cleaned it out as best as we could, and then figured out that this pumps fuel with the suction from there into there. So I mean, it kind of did need work, I guess, too, to be blown out, because I don't think it was working. But we get fuel flow now. Now it still won't go, which is really confusing, because we get fuel into the carburetor, flow carburetor bowl. We know that for sure. I cleaned out the main jet, and there was still nothing. It would not run off of what was in the carburetor. So I'm just gonna. I just ended up rebuilding the whole carburetor with the ultrasonic cleaner. Cleaned it out real nice, and hopefully it'll start. If I can get it to start, and I have to put my hand over the carburetor to pull some fuel through there and finally get it to work, I don't know. Also, we still have no idea what this is, that electronic piece that's on there. So, we got some fuel in the tank going to it. So, I'm going to use a little bit of that mass airflow sensor cleaner just to maybe kick it to life, and if it can run off of the carb. I don't know, I really wish that electric start would work, but we can't get it to work. So, let's get you guys set up here. It's just looking pretty good. Okay. What do you think the odds are that this did not fix the problem? I don't think that solved our issue. I think I pulled some fuel out of there. Running off of its own fuel. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, yeah, it's smoky in here. Okay, we're gonna top this off with some fuel because that's pretty much only gas in there. So we're gonna top it off with some 2-stroke fuel and move it outside and see if we can't keep it running. Yes! Alright, so we put in some more 2-stroke fuel and then mixed in about 2 ounces of oil on top of that. Let's see. On. Brake. Might need some persuasion. What is going on? It's almost as if we don't have spark anymore. Oh, you know what? Would help if I turned it on. Oh yeah. That smells awful. EPA, don't arrest me, please. Yes. Well, I guess we really didn't have spark with the kill switch on. She is smoking like a pig, man. Holy smokes. Finally, yes! Holy smokes, that smokes a lot. I better get a fan on in here to keep it all out of here. No? Seems like it's wanting to die. Alright, so what I think was going on was having the rear brake on, it wouldn't want to rev up and it would try dying. So when I took it off, it would rev up and it would stay there at the high RPMs. So we're going to make sure we can still start it first. Pretty good. So now that still works. We're going to forward. Push it out and also hit several spins as we're going to do it. And see if we can't get it to go down the road. We have an air cleaner on it and everything, just none of the side cover stuff. It does feel like there's a couple sprinkles here and there, which shouldn't be too big of an issue. That starts up really good, actually. I'm gonna go that way. Our air intake popped off. Went around the block pretty good. This just popped off. We're gonna have to. Oh, thank goodness that wasn't even held on. Detachable. It's weight savings. But yeah, we'll have to figure out how to keep that on there. It just doesn't want to stay on. But going around, it felt pretty good. And when that came off, it just all of a sudden was starting to lose power. It sounded like. Could barely make it back, but I don't know. I hit full throttle and then it started doing some weird stuff, but it made it around the block pretty well. All right. So, what do we want to do now, Dad? We want to figure out the airbox and everything and try taking it around a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, but it went around a few blocks, put 0.2 miles on it. Not bad at all for $100, not running, full oil, so it smoked really, really, really bad. But yeah, everything
It still
works.
smokes pretty bad.
You can see it smoking?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
It's burning stuff off, and it's a little rich on the fuel, on the oil, I think. But yeah, surprisingly that still works. We still don't have a electric starter, which is a little odd, but
I think that guy knew there was no starter there, but
yeah,
that's all right.
yeah. If we could try putting power, just direct power to it, and it might still do nothing. If it still does nothing, I mean, we still have a Kickstarter. It's still really good. It fires right up, which is really surprising because we were fighting this thing so much yesterday. We couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, so I finally just took that carburetor off, and it worked. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive. And I will put the rest of the covers on once we get it fine-tuned. But, yeah, it goes down the road nice and smooth. There's no death wobble going on. that front tire will need replaced. As I was saying, front tire will need replaced. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think all the indicators work, all the locks work. Still runs fairly good, so we're gonna keep plugging away at it, and yeah.